I am going to show you exactly how to find a manufacturer for your Amazon FBA product in just 5 minutes. I used one of these methods to find a manufacturer for my very own product, Bogies and Beers. And I am going to show you just how easy it is. So let's start the timer. There are 3 main ways that you can find a manufacturer for your Amazon product. And I'm gonna throw in a bonus 4th for you as well. And the 4th one is the easiest way in the world. It's actually one of the only ways that no one is talking about. And I'm gonna share that with you at the end of this video. Alibaba is the #1 way to source products overseas. It's a marketplace that connects buyers with manufacturers from all over the world, mainly China, but also India, Vietnam, Southeast Asia manufacturers. You can find all of them. They can make anything you could possibly imagine overseas. And to show you how it all works and how easy it is to find a manufacturer for your own product, I'm going to show you how I found a manufacturer for my golf tee-based drinking game, Bogies and Beers. And we're gonna do that right now. The first thing that you're gonna do is type in what you're looking for in the search bar on Alibaba.com. Just like if you were on Amazon, if you're looking for golf tees, type in golf tees in the search bar. For this example, we're gonna type in golf tee. You can use Alibaba to find almost any product overseas, but the one thing I will not recommend using Alibaba for is consumable products. If your product is gonna be eaten, drunk, or consumed in any way, I highly recommend finding a US-based manufacturer that's going to have the certifications and credibility to be able to be a product that you can stand behind. And in the next 2 options, I'm going to show you how to do exactly that. Once you've typed in your product and clicked search, you need to make some quick selections on the page. The first is trade assurance on Alibaba.com. This means if anything goes wrong during your transaction, Alibaba will back up and guarantee your money if there's any issues. You're also going to want to check the verified manufacturer button, and this means that Alibaba has sent a representative out to the manufacturer and made sure that they actually have a factory and are a legit organization and not one of these third-party companies that says they're a manufacturer and then buys these items off the back of a truck. You don't want that, so make sure you use a verified supplier. Then once you've filtered for verified suppliers and manufacturers that offer trade assurance, there are still gonna be a few things of note that you're gonna wanna know when you're filtering further to select your manufacturers and suppliers. The first thing you're gonna wanna consider is how long has this person been in business? If they've been in business for less than a year, that's going to be a red flag. You're looking for someone with 5 and even 10 plus years of manufacturing experience and longevity. That's what I looked for to feel confident in my supplier. The next thing you're going to want to look for is their reviews. They should be somewhere in the 4 to 5 star range, and that's going to signal that this is a good manufacturer that can be trusted, that usually communicates well, and their product is what they say it's going to be. But it is important to note that newer manufacturers are going to be more likely to offer better deals and lower minimum order quantities or MOQs. So that's something that you're going to want to balance when you're considering who to use for your supplier. As you can see, this supplier has been in business for 4 years and has 4.9 star reviews. So this is a very legit looking supplier. This is great. Once you've narrowed down your list of suppliers, you're going to want to contact these manufacturers individually with the specifications and the details that are custom that you're going to need to make your product to ensure they have the capabilities. Let's say you found a manufacturer for a blank product that you want customized. When I was manufacturing my Bogies and Beers golf tees, I needed a custom message on each of the individual tees. So there are a lot of golf tee manufacturers on Alibaba, but how many of them could put 26 character messages in green ink with a specific yellow tee on each of my 18 different teas and how many had the capabilities. It was probably less than 15% of the suppliers I reached out to had the capabilities to actually make those teas. You're also going to want to ask about lead time, minimum order quantity, and do they allow samples and how much do those samples cost? So manufacturer lead time is from the time it takes from when you pay them until when the product is complete. So that will help you understand in your launch timeline how much time you need to bake in for the product to be made. MOQ is minimum order quantity. And then as far as the samples go, you want to make sure you understand, do they offer custom samples? And what is the price of those samples? And typically, the more you order, the least expensive per unit the product is going to be. Now that we've finished talking about Alibaba, the number 2 way that you can source a manufacturer, especially if you're looking to use a manufacturer in the United States, is going to be thomasnet.com. And when you go to thomasnet.com, it is going to look very similar to Alibaba. Simply type the name of the product you are looking to source and you are going to get a list of suppliers. So to be consistent here, let's type in Gulf Tea. And in this case, there are 61 suppliers here. And what you're going to notice is the cost is going to be a lot higher than if you're using a Chinese or overseas supplier. So that's something you're just going to have to take into consideration, that there is typically a premium to using made in America materials. All these manufacturers on thomasnet.com are in the US. So again, if you're making a consumable product, I highly recommend using thomasnet.com to find an American manufacturer. Anything you might eat or drink, that's going to be a consumable. Now, many of these manufacturers are likely to be a great match, so pay attention while you scroll through all of them. On Thomasnet and Alibaba, as you search through the suppliers on your list, you should create a spreadsheet to keep track of who you contacted, who the supplier is, the amount of time they've been in business, their minimum order quantity, their sample price, their lead time, so that you can compare these swiftly. Now that we've talked about Alibaba and Thomasnet, the third way to find your manufacturer is simply using Google. You're going to type in any product that you're looking for on Google, space manufacturer, and a list of potential suppliers are going to come up for you. You can go to their website, do a little bit of research on them, and see if they're a good fit. If they are, then you can contact them easily and add them to your spreadsheet. Now, this is the bonus 4th way we told you about at the end. The last and most powerful way to find a manufacturer is this spreadsheet right here. And this is a spreadsheet of every manufacturer Travis has ever worked with. So you know they're reliable, trustworthy, legit suppliers. You are going to be offered access to this spreadsheet as a part of the Amazon FBA program that Travis has that I mentioned before. This program is excellent. I've actually been through it myself. It takes you through everything from creating and coming up with your product idea all the way through launching on Amazon. There's over 100 tutorials. There's weekly Q&A sessions with experienced Amazon sellers. In addition to that, there's 2 one-on-one coaching sessions that you're going to get as a part of the course. You can click the link in the description to add yourself to the waitlist for Travis's Passion Product course. But if you're not ready for that, you can watch Travis's 10-hour YouTube video on how to create your own Amazon FBA passion product. And it's completely free on YouTube, so click the link right here.